but this is literally the blueprint and the foundation of what we do to generate online, to create an online presence for your business, my business, any business, real estate business specifically. I mean, that's really my core niche. And step one is really when we go to any businesses, we assess where you are, because every business is different, and depending on which platform you're on, which website you're using, where you are with your website. um, we really have to look at you really have to look at and the best way to do that is to Google your business or your name, and just take a look and see what comes up and what doesn't come up, right? And if something is not coming up what you want it to show up, then that means you need to work on that, right? um, and so is there any other conflicting or any other uh, website or companies that's conflicting with your brand or your name or your business? And so you got to take a look at that as well. All right. Now the second part. Now this part, what we used to do before, we used to focus on the website, and then as we went along, we realized that most people, most agents and investors that are solopreneurs don't have in their financial budget to have a website. And so, and because, most people think, getting a website is just putting up a website, but there's a lot more involved. There's time, there's money, there's, your time, whether it's your staff or time, that's required in order for you to, um, basically, there's a lot of time and money investment that you need to take. And so, most people just think that just getting a website or just getting a platform and just leaving it alone, you're wasting your money. So after working with many clients, and as well as myself, decided the way to best localize and get local ranking for your business is to focus on Google My Business. And I have a whole different checklist. I have a whole different and now, if you want the checklist for that, we're currently working on that. And if you want that, just comment below GMB, GMB for Google My Business. Comment below with GMB, and I'll send over that checklist when we have that finished. We're almost done with it, and I'll send that over. Um, I also have a boot camp for those that are interested, but that we just finished the boot camp on that. But so and there are certain things you can do to maximize your Google My Business, and that's really the second thing that I would tackle even before you go to the website. And so, some of the things that you would do is set up, fill out your information, fill out completely, work on reviews, getting reviews on Google My Business, Google reviews, um, photos, uh, question and answers, and start posting on your Google My Business like you would post on Instagram and things like that. But all right, so that's number two. Number three is now you work on your website. Now, the choice of platform for what we use is Carrot. Now, it's not to say Carrot is the best platform. There's always pros and cons of very different platforms. There's platforms that agents use that are way, like a lot of features involved, and sometimes you get overwhelmed with these features, and you end up not using it, right? So the things that I would avoid is using WordPress, and I would avoid using going to Wix or like Foursquares or Weebly or things like that. You want to go with a platform, the platform of choice that specifically are real estate geared. But the key things that you want to do with your website is looking at the my checklist. You want to build landing pages for your specific market areas. You want to build landing pages for your niche or whatever that your target is. If it's foreclosures, if it's first time home buyer, whatever it is, you have to write. You have to build those pages out. You have to you have to put blog posts and it has to have the ability to like optimize, SEO optimize the pages or the blog posts. All right, and then of course the forms have to be enabled. You have to have the ability to connect those forms to your CRM. You can use Zapier. You can use if it has built-in integrations, great. If not, there's always way to connect it, but you have to have a way to connect those two, your your website to the CRM. All right. Next is social media presence. Now, in this step, what we do is we don't go and start working the platform for marketing purpose. What we're talking about here is building out each of your social media, your core social media platforms, so they get recognized by Google. Because ultimately, what I'm talking about is how to generate leads organically without paying for ads, whether it's YouTube ads, Facebook ads. And so what we want to do here is we want to optimize and just set up all your social media platforms so that they have consistent branding, that Google recognizes that platform or that URL or whatever it is to be associated with you. Because if Google doesn't know that it's you, then Google's confused. And if Google's confused, they don't know where to send traffic to. All right. So this is where you want to have all of your social media set up and filled out completely and optimized. What I mean by optimized, there's certain things that you can do to optimize it. I'm not going to go over it here. You want to have consistent banner. You want to have consistent art or banners, whatever you call it, logo, and a description that is consistent across all of your social media. All right. Um, I put in here links that are associated with the stuff that we use, but not relevant for this conversation, for this video. All right. So next, we'll talk about content marketing. Now, content marketing, you can do the minimum, or you can go overboard and do a lot. Video marketing, you could do, you can even with video marketing, you can transcribe videos and you put them on the website, and there's so many things you can do. But at a bare minimum, what do you want to do? You want to put landing pages, like I said, for the website. You also want to push out. So what in the process of creating those landing pages, what you want to do is you want to push out through your social media that article so that you can push it out to social media so that you get traffic as a result of marketing to the. You have to look at social media as the way I look at it is like, when in the old days before the internet, you had newsletters, you had flyers, and so that's what it is. You're sending out flyers, you're sending out newsletters to people in your audience out there. Okay, and um, that's a simplistic view. And then landing pages for description and services of your niche, and then you want to blog post consistently weekly, and video content, of course, if you're if you're daring enough to do that. Now, the blog post weekly, you know, my goal when for us and for our clients is really to post 300 at least 300 articles, on their website, because ultimately what we want to do is we want to get those articles into a database in our social media platform, and so that way we can uh, push out and push out in using our social media platform so that it automatically pushes out an article from their database once a day, at least at a minimum. Okay. All right. So next step is step 6 is digital footprint. What you want to do is you want to create, for those that don't know what a digital footprint is, you need to, uh, it's basically, I'm going to just read it out. Digital footprints or citations are online reference to a business listing, which has the name of your business, address, and phone number. That's why it's important to have your business address and phone numbers consistent across the board. And you want to be listed on major websites and directories, for example, Yelp, Better Business Bureau, right? And so there are certain websites and directories that are real estate related that you need to be at least uh, listed on, so that you have a digital footprint online that points to your business. Okay. All right. Number 8 is online reputation. Um, I may actually put, online reputation. Nah, it's maybe competing with citations, but leave it at 7. Building credibility online requires reviews and testimonials. And so you have to have a way in your system, your process to get reviews from your clients and send them to a review platform. I recommend Google Review. However, that's because our goal whenever it comes to our clients is we want to build an online lead generation machine. And so, but if your main goal is doing Facebook ads, maybe Facebook reviews is better. If your main goal is, trying to do Google, I mean, not Google, Zillow, which I'm not a big fan of them because I think they are overpriced. But in any case, and you're trying to do Google, Zillow in your marketing strategy, then Zillow reviews may be appropriate. All right. Um, so it all depends on, and then there's various different platforms to use to try to get reviews. I may do a segment on that at a later time on the different review platform and whether it's even necessary to use those platforms. Okay. And do you have those reviews on your website? Do you have video testimonials? And so you have to take the time to integrate that into your business. All right. Number 9 is backlinks. Now, I'm not going to go big into the backlinks because I think this is something that is later on. But it does have a big impact because the more backlinks you have to your website and from higher authority websites, your your website is going to rank higher, and as a result of that, you're going to have more traffic to your website. All right, and then lastly, this is the step where I think a lot, and I'm not saying it's wrong, but I think a lot of people focus on this because this gives you immediate results. Um, and that's really general. When you say amplify for leads, it's basically putting money into Facebook ads to generate traffic or leads. Now, I know there are ways that you can probably go out and spend money on Facebook ads or YouTube ads, and then there's platforms out there that you can utilize to capture that lead, or you don't even have to. You can capture that lead within Facebook. But I think at the end of the day, if you don't have a system in place and you're not analyzing your data, you're just burning money. All right. So if you do it the right way and build a system and a process using your website and capturing that data, now you're able to figure out what is your click through, like cost per click and all that mumbo jumbo that you probably don't even know how to calculate. And so I'm not going to go into that analysis because that's a whole different uh, topic in itself. But anyway, so this is my checklist that our team and I we created. We've been working on it for quite some time. Finally got to finish it, and hopefully it will serve you, help you with your business. So, like I said, if you want the blueprint, 9 key steps blueprint, and I'll send over a copy to you. If you want the checklist for the Google My Business, put your comment below, and I'll also send over it as soon as we're done. We should be done by this week or next week. So I hope this was helpful. Um, last thing, if you are interested, I will be having a Q&A session, a 30-minute, maybe less, maybe 15 to 20-minute, maybe 30, up to 30, on Fridays at 2:30. So if you have any questions, join my Facebook group. Send, you know, the link should be available somewhere. So on the Facebook page, There should be a, if you go down and you click on groups, the group to the Facebook group for social media and online marketing for real estate agents. It's there. Take a look at it. Join us on Friday. All right. Look forward to seeing you then, and see you next week then. Okay. Bye.